Pounders. Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing and drafting a marathon team now that the Poodle has successfully filled, my God, what was that, 3 days? You bunch of sickos. And then Underdog tricked me today and just put up slow drafts. As I joined 7 drafts to fill the contest, I was going to do them all as fast like a sicko. But we end up filling it, the 20 max entry with 7 slows to end the day. Yeah, we get the 12 out of 12. We end up tipping off the Patreon members as well as the YouTube memberships. We appreciate you guys. And if you guys don't already know, 24-hour live stream coming at 2K subs. We are well on our way there. So if you guys enjoyed the content, please hit the subscribe button. Save a streamer today. This name's clean. Hunt. JD. We got some clean names in here. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Frank. Eric cashed 2nd place last year in the weekly winners contest. Little 10G take home. Yes, please. I'm not sure, besides Frank or Eric, if there's any other pounders in here. I really like Tyreek Hill at 4 in this contest. We just close our eyes and we go Jefferson at 7, I think. I think you just close your eyes and go Jefferson at 7. Pretty close between Brees. If Brees can have that super upside ceiling and maybe there's a slide in CMC's production or he gets injured or whatever. Having the 3rd running back or 2nd running back on this board versus drafting the 5th wide receiver on the board, I think there is a little discussion there. And then the ceiling of Jefferson with McCarthy, there's a whole nother conversation there as well. But we all know CMC is on the cover of Madden. So, I mean, Isaac Arendo doing some extra stretches. Boo. Wanted to get in this one. Yeah, the Poodle's full. So now all these one-off contests are actually filling. So we're happy. We're happy. Got a little nugget for you guys. Shout out to Hope. She dropped the nugget. The Dalmatian is dropping tomorrow. That is the 101 draft, 101 entry contest. Typically, it's around 1,080 entrants. 101 is the fee. A Puka at 12. I like Puka at 12. Do the Mastiff. You know, if it wasn't 2 out of 12, is it 2 out of 12? Let me double check that. I want to say it's 2 out of 12 advance in the Mastiff, right? The first round. The problem I have with the Mastiff isn't the $1,000. It's the $1,000 entry and 20K to first place. So I'm trying to 20x my money against 204 people. It's too flat for me. So that's what. Oh, it's 4 out of 12. It's 4 out of 12. That's not the point. The point is $1,000 to try to win 20Ks just doesn't get me up in the morning. 2nd place is 15K with first place being 20. I would like to see. I mean, first place has to be more. That's all. I like the structure of it, minus the payouts. Little double RB star for Dunleavy. Yeah, this is kind of a gross spot in the draft. I think you can just go ahead and go get your guys in this spot, though. I think Debo could get us different. Just a different player in the same tier of Collins, Adams, and Ayuk. If it gets us different, I think that gives you a pretty big advantage as well in this contest. If you get the first 2 pieces correct in the first 2 rounds, those are the 2 pieces you need. Yeah, that can boost you. Obviously, you have a whole draft to get different, but your first couple picks, they're a major part of your team. If you miss on one of your first 2 picks in this type of contest, you're done. You're donezo. So we'll mix it up here. And even Frank goes Waddle, which I like. Ooh, Davis, welcome to the live stream. Says, caught you in the Fantasy Sanctuary video. Good stuff as always, Daddy. Maybe a little hint. Maybe Davis might be coming on the show soon, guys. A little surprise guest for you. And maybe that's a 101 Dalmatian draft. Who knows? Could be tomorrow. You didn't hear it here first. You did not hear it here first. 8:15 p.m. Hit the bell for notifications. It's a hunch. Fantasy Football Garage in the house. What's up, baby? Meatwad, Dalmatian, and 20 max $3 contest. Yep, good shout. That as well will be released tomorrow. For those that like the lower stakes. I probably won't try to max it. I'll draft that with like free time, but nowadays free time is not a thing when you have a 14-month-old. I'm not Dalmatian worthy. I'm more like Chihuahua. No, baby. Oh no. You got all the spots tomorrow. You got all the spots. See these starts here. Lamb at 1 is a fiery take over CMC in this. Cooper Kupp, Devonta Smith, CMC, Devonta Adams, Neighbors, Jamar, Ayuk, Kyron, Derrick Henry, Mike Evans, Bijan, another 2 RB start. DK off the board. Can we get Lamar at 42? If we pass on Josh Allen here, I want Lamar at 42. Which means let's go DJ Moore here. Nothing flashy. Spike week guy, though. DJ Moore should have his weeks. And in this contest, where it's a cumulative scoring weeks 1 through 17, you don't care when those spike weeks come. But I do think it's pretty much between DJ Moore and Tank Dell in that spot. You still want high ceiling. You can put Diggs into that conversation if you're a Diggs over Tank Dell guy. I have Tank Dell over Diggs in my opinion, but when are the Pitbulls coming? Oh, such a fun contest. And the Pitbulls were the $75 10 max, right? And then the Chow Chow was what? 8 max, $50 entry, and that's the one Bry took down. Pounder took down the 50 G's of the Chow Chow. Pretty cool. Josh Allen, double RB start. This is insane. I do think in this sort of contest, early tight end is not something I'm going to be doing a whole lot of because you need Sam Laporta here to separate, right? You need him to fucking have an insane season, finish his tight end 1 without a doubt, and separate from tight end 2, which Kelsey's right on his ass. But personally, up to Kittle, I think any one of these guys has the potential to finish as tight end 1. You just have so much more value in making the bet on the later tight end that I'm probably going to be mixing in more of number 3 through 6 or 3 through 7. Ooh, speaking of marathons, what's the furthest you've ever ran? 6 miles. 6 miles. Not a runner. I don't really run anymore. I play hockey for my cardio, and I chase my kid around the house. That's what we're doing. How about these 3? These 3 feel good, plus ETN or even Pacheco. But, I mean, we might have to go 0 RB. Billy's watching. Like, there's so much pressure. I'm just feeling an immense amount of weight. Give us Hurts at 42. Do it. We have the same start. This guy's definitely going Hurts. Ben is in the house. What's up, baby? Ben with the wrench. Be careful with that thing. Smash the MF like button, y'all. Yeah, he goes Hunt. It's the right call. Oh. Billy, I need you to close your eyes. We're going to do it on 3, all right? 1, 2. Oh, sorry, you saw it. I clicked early. I clicked 3. We're going ETN here. ETN could be a pretty good value. Does he have it in the realm of possibilities to out finish his ADP? I think I think so, especially if you're not on the Tank Bigsby side of things. If you think what you saw last year was real, how he just ruined every single snap he took and he's having me touch the ball. If you believe your eyes on that, maybe you should be taking a little more ETN. So maybe we'll go hero RB build around ETN here. And I wouldn't mind that. I like A Rich in this style contest. Not going to love Stroud. However, a player like Burrow is very intriguing to me, especially when you compare it to Stroud's ADP. Like we're talking 2 full rounds. Burrow falls a round. And there's no reason, in my opinion, that they shouldn't be going within a round of each other. 12 picks max. Again, I think that some of the community maybe playing it safe and worried about Burrow's wrist. But I mean, we're one season away from 4,000 plus yards and 30 plus touchdowns 2 seasons in a row. Oh dear. Oh dear. We have some takes in the chat. Oh God. Did a 10K, didn't realize half of it was uphill. Goddamn. ETN RB1 season. Not top 10, not top 12. Well, I guess he would be top 10. Yeah, ETN is in that round 4 sweet spot. I agree, and having 3 receiver starts feels good with ETN. I would have gone Hurts. If Hurts fell to us at 42, we were going Hurts all day. But our choices are Pickens, Mahomes, Kurt. I'm okay with ETN there. Kamara reports from minicamp. Too bad. 22% ETN, my man. James in the house. Pounders. What's up, baby? We see the 3 elite. Can we get A-Rich? Oh, Frank's definitely clicking A-Rich, isn't he? Unless he has Houston pieces. Nice click. Nice take there. Nice take. We'll just get the cheap A-Rich in we'll get the cheap A-Rich with Daniels. I don't mind Kittle here too, but we can get him on the way back around at ADP. So if we're planning on bringing in Daniels, let's go Terry McLaurin here. Different bye week as well. This is sort of a contest that you want to monitor your bye weeks. Josh, what's up? What's going on, man? Welcome. If you guys haven't already, go down, slap the like on the live stream, hit the subscribe if you enjoy the content. That's all we ask. It's simple. The rules are simple. Jacobs goes off right after Keenan Allen. This guy brings in his first receiver. This guy just wants a 1 receiver hero wide receiver build. What is happening? Where are we? Red badge. Red badge don't mean shit. I love the Stroud drafters. I don't know how to take this. That's funny. I want to say he appreciates them just taking Stroud off the board, but I could be wrong. We could be wrong there. I'm basically fading A-Rich, way too injury prone. He is, but is it in the realm of possibilities for him to finish as QB1? It's in the realm of possibilities. It would take quite the rushing season. Off the board is QB5. And maybe he doesn't have to finish QB1, right? Maybe he can finish as QB2 or 3, but QB1 and 2 don't separate that much from him. Yeah. This is the way I see it too. Pat, welcome to the live stream. Says better pocket passers at value for be proud with Stroud. Oh my God. Stroud goes at 62 here. Yeah. That makes more sense. Gotta turn the volume down here. There we go. Dear God, give us Kittle. 2 teams have a tight end. There's no way you're going double elite tight end. This guy goes Kyler at 63, still has 1 receiver. Hunt could go Kittle here. He has 3 receivers. I think for him, touching at receiver is pretty important. Not getting another receiver till 80 could ruin your build. Just praying he was in the live stream for that. Like, of course you can come back from it. All right, so we bring in this San Fran double, which is fun. Debo and Kittle. I am very much more likely to bring in Purdy, especially when you're double stacking in this type of contest. You're betting on that offense with you're facing 150,000 entrants. It's only 5% full too. It's only 5% full. Evan Ingram, two picks after Kittle doesn't feel as good, I will say. Pat likes the start. Let's cover Frank's team. Amon-Ra, Waddle, DK, George Pickens. That's really fun. A-Rich, K-Walk. I like that as well. Eric with Tyreek Hill, Nico Collins, Devon Achane at 28. Christian Kirk, Andrews. See, I like Achane in this contest too. You don't really care when he hits spike weeks because it's accumulative weeks 1 through 17. You don't need him to do it necessarily the last couple weeks of the year. It could be any time, and those points that he separates could give you a big lead. So I like Achane. I like the super. Oh my God. St. Patty's Day. I like the people that are super spiky in this contest. And I mean, that's like Kittle. That's Debo. I brought in Terry here just with the hopes that we bring in Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels and Purdy would be a great combo, in my opinion. And we could probably stop there. 2 middle round QBs. I'm good with that. Burrow goes off the board to the Chase team. Makes sense. But he falls quite a bit into the 90s. Obviously, taking him there is the safer thing to do. Where's the T. Higgins drafter? That's where, yeah, see, T. Higgins is to his left. This is one case where I think it's at least worth pushing it. You know, you get Chase at 3, the Higgins drafters to your left. Those are the times that I try to push Burrow. This is a fun spot. I like Stevenson. I like Najee. I do think Stevenson has the opportunity to have more of a workload than Najee Harris and Aaron Jones. So maybe we lean into that. When's my next pick after 103? Can we get Jaden Daniels at 103 is the question with Eric and Frank in front of us. Eric doesn't have a QB. Frank has A-Rich. I mean, are we really going to go Jaden Daniels at 90? I guess we can. Yeah, you want to know what? We're probably going to have to go Jaden Daniels at 90 if we want to get Purdy on the way back around at 103. Because if we wait for Jaden Daniels here at 103 and somehow he comes back to us, we then have to push Purdy to 114. And we could see Purdy go off the board at 99 to the Ayuk team, who's obviously not afraid to bring in his stacks before ADP. So just sort of looking ahead, if we want that double QB correlation here, that's what we're going to have to do. And we might not even get Purdy here at 103. But if we pass up, we got to see. Who else does this guy have for stacking partners? Kirk Cousins. He has Deshaun Watson. He's relatively balanced though, where he could go Purdy. I think we just have to pray. Just have to pray. Fully expect Aaron Jones to fall below Mondrian ADP. Does this contest have its own ADP? Yes. Yeah, it does. It has its own ADP. Same with weekly winners. These QBs are so far down the board, but I think we have to do it anyways. It's the only way we get both of them, or at least get a chance at getting both of them. We go Najee here. Someone goes naked Jaden Daniels, and then this guy brings in Purdy. We come back and we have none of the QBs for our stacks. That's like what I'm forecasting. Take Najee, thank you. Because if he didn't, I would have been tempted to just say let's push it to the limit. But this is a fine spot. This is a fine spot. What's going on, my man? What's going on? Did I just hear? Yeah. It's not Derek Carr, Peng. Relax. Relax. This is a Breece Hall kind of contest. Yeah, I like Bijan. I like Breece Hall, especially where they go too. I think you can argue Breece Hall over Jefferson. I really do. I don't think that one's like locked in stone. Like Jefferson is 100% the right click. I really do think that is that's an argument to be had. Tyler Lockett off the board at 94. We get this run at RB. Okay, we passed. That's one pick he made that wasn't Purdy. And we also have to dodge the CMC drafter too. Who has no QBs. Don't. Oh, the badgeless zombies. The badgeless zombies. The CD Lamb drafter gets Dak. Must be feeling pretty good about that. Basically around ADP. You don't want the single stack with... No? Okay, that's one. No Green Bay pieces, dear God. He's going to make us sweat, too, for it. He's going to make us sweat. Don't ruin... Oh, my God. Woo! Dodging bullets here. We are dodging bullets. We are dodging bullets. We should be locked in for Purdy now. Hell yeah. This is that energy we like. I got no badge and I would draft red badges every day. That's because you, sir, are involved with the content game. That's the difference. You care. Frank could bring in Jordan Love, I was going to say. I see the little late CWAT. He gets his 2 QBs. He's probably done at QB. We're done at QB. With Jane Daniels and Purdy, we bring in that little double stack. And we're off to the races. Now it does feel like catch up at receiver time. Probably looks something like this, in my opinion. Something like this. I doubt Shaheed will be there. I doubt Dobbs will be there, but we'll see. Let's have a peek. B-Rob goes off the board at 105. Is this guy still drafting running backs? Okay, 4 receivers in a row. Brings in the Josh Allen Dalton. I mean, probably stopping at 4 RBs, 5 RBs max. We'll see if Dunleavy finds the right build here. This guy has 1 receiver. This guy has 1 receiver. He has one receiver. It's round 9. It's round 10. This guy, he has to give back his badge. That's it. Is he on auto and I'm just not paying attention? Nope, this is before ADP. This is before ADP. He has to return his badge. He has to return it, and actually he has to give it to TX. He has to give it to TX. That's that's crazy. We see T-Law go off about a round early, but if he wanted him, he had to do it now. But sometimes you see T-Law fall too. I don't not seeing any correlation with T-Law. I'm probably not reaching on an uncorrelated T-Law. If T-Law does hit, most likely his pass catchers hit. You don't have his pass catchers? It's just that sort of contest that you're betting on offenses, and it's a contest that you probably should be trying to find that late stack option that really hits. We have a chance to get Shaheed here. Spoke way too soon. Spoke way too soon. I'm happy with Palmer yeah. I do think Palmer passes this group of receivers. So we should just grab him now. And then touch it RB, and then touch it wide receiver. RB at 127. You know, we have a pretty good range here of what we can mess around with. And then receiver at like 138. Could be fun. Jahan Dotson for the double. Mooney, Burton. We have some fun. We have some fun clicks in here. In this format, are you even more averse to taking 3 tight ends? I really want to lean into 2 QBs and 2 tight ends in this format, especially when I'm going an elite like Kittle. You have to lean into that draft capital. If it's not the right click, it's not the right click. But whoever you do it with one of those elites, I do think it's worth leaning into 2. And just, you have to draft like you're right. And then, of course, with the bye week stuff, you need other people to step up. And some of that is luck. But I think a little nugget for you guys too is looking at some of the strength of schedule stuff as well. Could be little nuggets in there. It's what really matters for this contest, if you think about it. If you're trying to find good value plays. We see this run at RB. I did want one of Corum or Chase. Corum at 118. Yeah, I guess that's his ADP here. What's his ADP in the regular? I thought it was later. No, I guess he's rising. It's at 122. So he's actually does go 4 picks later, 3 picks later in BBM. Kirk Cousins off the board. Yeah, so we called that. So the 3 spot did have that later stack in mind instead of bringing in Purdy. Thank you. Thank you. And he possibly could get Mooney back around at 142. That would be 2 picks after ADP. But I kind of like Mooney. So maybe we don't let that happen. Yeah, RB here is kind of it's kind of gross. Dalton Schultz is a interesting bet, but I think is Zeke just going to be a good value for where he goes? Yeah, we're just going to click Zeke here. I want to bring in some rookies. I want to bring in some second-year guys. So clicking Zeke here allows us to do that pretty safely. And he's going to have some disgusting 15-point games. He's going to have some disgusting 15-point games, like completely inefficient, but somehow gets there with like 4 checkdowns for 32 yards, a touchdown on 14 carries, and 48 yards. Don't do the math. Don't do the math. I know it's close. Do you recommend looking at division play for correlations in the marathon? Like example, you can, but I think that might be overkill because then you're probably trying to bring in combinations that maybe you have to reach different tiers. Like if a player's in a lower tier, they go later. You might just be caught reaching too much to do that. So not my favorite. Disbanded Brotherhood in the house. Al Bugs in the house says, how many we doing tonight? We gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see. I'm just seeing this. Crazy. Spags did this in the marathon? In the marathon? Really? Was he doing a gritty build? Maybe. This guy's got a 3-3-2? What is happening? What is this? We have some like dead. We have like 3 dead teams in this pod alone. This team went 0 receivers through 5. This team went 1 receiver through 9. I feel like I'm getting worse at drafting just watching. Ooh, this is an interesting spot here. We have a 2-3-5-1. The deep sigh there. The deep sigh. So at pick 151, who are we hoping for? Okay. I can live with that. I can live with that. We are making a bet on Terry McLaurin and maybe, just maybe, we get someone on the back end like Luke McCaffrey instead. Better price. Anchor wide receiver. Yeah, that's not in the draft guide, boys, I promise. But we did just update the CSV rankings yesterday and sent those out to the Patreon members as well as the Maxers in the YouTube membership. So if you guys are interested in the CSV, we update them every single week and they're sharper than ever. I do when it seems right. I like that. How many BBMs did you place? It was just over expected. So I want to say it was 3 or 4. I think expected was like 2, 2.2, something like that. 1.6, somewhere around there. Nick, NF42, one of the pounders, dropped 10 into the top 10K. He will be hosting a stream with Drew TB Bucks on Monday. A patless stream, which the last one was so much fun. It was hysterical. So we'll be doing giveaways there too. I'll probably be dropping 5 membies in the chat that day. Yeah, this guy does bring in Darnell Mooney at 142. Very nice. I like that. With Quorum. I like that. But I fucking hate this. I'm not going to lie. I hate this. Quorum and Kyron as his only 2 RBs. As his only 2, team's dead. 3 out of 42. Let's go. First year playing Bestball. That's sick. That's awesome. How many of those teams had Mostert or Kyron? Kyron was not. He was drafted in, I believe, 3.4% of drafts. Maybe it's a little higher. Maybe it's a little higher. I'll have to take a look at the numbers. But I know it was more. He was more of an August ad. Late July. Basically training camp. That's when you get a lot of your goodies. Dotson is coming back around to us at 151. Let's have a little look-see. Pick 162. There's a couple ways I'm looking at this. There's a couple ways I'm looking at it. I either want the combo of Dotson and Ray Davis or Ray Davis and Roman Wilson. We have 2 running backs ahead of Ray Davis. Let's go with the 12 pick drop that's correlated first. Yeah, Kyron and Puka. No Kyron. Had a lot of Nico, Puka, Rice. Nice. Beautiful. Mostert was a big one for Nick that really, really helped his squads. And I mean, and he's just a solid team builder in general. So even if he didn't have Mostert, like he would have still been very successful. Just builds good teams all the time. Consistent. And that's one of the things that you can really try to get better at is just consistently making teams that are live, that have high upside, that have correlation. If you're giving away drafts every now and then, kind of bleeding EV, and you can sort of tell every now and then. It's rare now that I don't like a team, but I'm very vocal. Like when I don't like a team, I'm like, that did not feel good. It's like, what can we learn from that draft? And I'd say it's probably 1 out of 50 at this point. And there's plenty of drafts that feel good to you that probably are going to end up not good. It's just, that's what happens when you draft so early in the season. Ray Day, please, dear Lord, baby Jesus, allow us to get the Ray Davis click. 2 clicks away. These guys both have 4 RBs. He could do it though. 1471. This guy can't afford to go RB. So I think we just have to get through 1 click. I guess another thing we could have done, but this worked out. Getting Jahan Dotson 12 picks after ADP. We could have not gone Schultz here and tried to get Sinnott. But again, we're scooping value all over the place in this one. What's this guy do? He has Josh Allen. So I don't think that would actually made sense to go Ray Day. Oh, this is beautiful. And this guy goes RB 155. I guess that's okay. He's got a good amount of capital there at receiver. He obviously needs more. Yeah, we're just let's load up. Let's load up, boys. Let's load up. On the way back, we can't say. We got Frank and Eric in front of us. Yeah. First year I was falling asleep drafting, forgetting I was drafting so many times. And I always recommend for new drafters to at least do 20% of your bankroll and just put it towards cash games. I was at lunch today, little solo lunch. I don't typically like to go out alone, little solo lunch. And I justified it with, I'll join a draft, right? And there's 9 people in a $10 lobby. Was it a fast draft? I don't remember. Yeah, it was a fast draft because I drafted it there. I jump in, fills quick, 11 badgeless zombies. 11 badgeless zombies. Let's just say lunch was paid for. lunch was paid for. Yeah, I do like the notification change. I think that's good for the app. It would be very good for DraftKings because by the time you get in the draft, you have like 4 seconds by the time the thing loads. So yeah, I like that change to a pick before, but it's gonna take a little getting used to. It could take a little getting used to. You did a BBM this afternoon too. I was in there. It was a good time. Ooh. A little sneak peek. Be on the lookout for that video. Yeah, we wanted Chuba. Or Jaleel. One of those two would have been really nice, falling back to us at 175. Time to pivot, boys. It's time to pivot. Let's see what Frank does. He's probably doing a 3 tight end build, I would think. He goes Troy Frank. He says we'll put it off. Let's go Khalil Herbert. Let's go Khalil. By week 7 right now. Brian says badgeless, but not a zombie. I trust you. I trust you. There was a guy's username in that cash game was Easy Pickens 1957. And there is a guarantee that that guy has a spreadsheet all written down on paper. In pencil, too. So he could erase. Red badge, but a zombie. Love that. Me too. Me too. The red badge doesn't, it's a joke. It's a joke. Don't take it too serious. I like what we got going here with the RBs. What if and I think I did this once already, but I sort of want to make another team where I have Khalil Herbert and Rashawn Johnson, because if there's a 5% chance Herbert gets traded, I want a couple teams that have both, because they probably both skyrocket, right? Like Rashawn, no matter what, skyrockets. Khalil Herbert, depending where he goes, could skyrocket. Now, one of those places might be Dallas. One of them could be the Giants. And the Giants are freeing up $12 million in cap space with Waller retiring. So, well, just saying it's a possibility. And I like Singletary, so that would definitely hurt the Singletary shares. But that's also why I'm not drafting a lot of the RB2 in New York. Duke says I do my spreadsheet on Ecto Sketch. Cool. What are we doing here, boys? Leaves practice with an injury. It's still so early. Washington, San Fran. I think we have time. I think we're going RB here. This is probably going to be a 6 RB build. Let's go, Rashawn. Let's do one of those where Khalil Herbert gets moved, and then this team just has really good closing line value. And then we're bringing in a couple receivers here. I don't think there's a need to like reach down, and we can get these guys basically at ADP. So that's why we just reach up for Rashawn there. How's your Odell exposure? Non-existent, my friend. What's an Odell? I would rather Malik Washington for end of season. Like if you told me for week 15, 16, 17, who scores more points, Malik Washington or Odell, I think it's Malik. With no injury to Odell. Yeah, this is such a stereotypical thing for old people. Like, old. I'm old. 33. If you're over 30, you're old. That's what I'm told. That's what the kids tell me. Brian says I just started to be able to mentally handle fast drafts this year with ADHD. Just draft 5 of them. You could probably zone in if there's 5 grabbing your attention. You agree with that? You like Malik? Bryce says 46. That's young nowadays. Dude, my dad's 70s still playing pickleball. This guy's just absolutely got a green stream going. Oh. This team's going to be odd. I don't mind the RBs he clicks here. But my God. A 2772? It's not the worst. Yeah. I guess it could work. I like that he has the Atlanta double. I think I would like it better if he didn't go Corum and Kyron. Kyron's just so expensive that you need Corum to not be a thing. That's That's the way I see him succeeding. Yeah, all these guys are still on the board. Who are our clicks, though? Ooh, Parker Washington's wildly close up here. I like Hyatt. I think we can make a bet on some of these guys. Let's bring in our first rookie with Devontae Walker. And the last guy can't be a bye week 14. Just something we have to note. The only reason I don't mind too much is we have our top 3 picks without a bye week 14 and Palmer, who's relatively should have a decent floor. But bye week 14, you're probably going to see more lad spike weeks. Also, don't mind Elijah Moore back here. Yeah, as you can see, we just sprinkle in a few rookies. I think you can go OD here and kind of waste an entry in a contest like the marathon where you need those points early just as much as you need them late. You're not looking for end of season upside necessarily for playoff weeks. It's cumulative scoring weeks 1 through 17 and facing everyone, not just your pod. So you do want to make sure that you have your base level points early. And yeah, sure. We could have mixed in Roman Wilson if he fell to us and other picks, and you're going to have your rookies that you think are mispriced and definitely target those guys as well. Best ball guy just joined us. Asked who do we got on this team? I think he had a stream today. You guys can check out Tyler in the house as well. You will see more lad spike weeks from week 1. Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, you're paying like 50 picks higher for him. We have Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy. Travis Etienne Jr., Ramondre Stevenson, Ezekiel Elliott, young boy, Ray Davis, Khalil Herbert, and Rashawn Johnson, the Khalil Herbert gets traded team. Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel, DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin, Joshua Palmer, Jahan Dutson, Devontae Walker, with a little Kittle and Schultz. A very simple 2682. Call me. Yeah. Old fashioned here. Old fashioned. Maybe, just maybe, bringing Shark in here is too much of a bet on the Chargers offense. He could obviously just be a good pick for back here, have 2 or 3 spike weeks, and just be right for our team. But yeah, we have our San Fran double with Deebo, Purdy, and Kittle. We have our Washington double with McLaurin, Dotson, and Daniels. Okay, he goes DJ Chark, do. Hyatt or Elijah Moore? Which one do you guys like? Which one do you guys like? We'll let the chat make this one. Imagine this being the click we need. And it all depends on one person. And no one speaks up. Hyatt. First person we saw. I like Elijah Moore, Judy Cooper, not at comp right now. I agree. And that's what I was sort of looking at with the Elijah Moore. And the Judy thing is like he has like some unknown issue. So I do like Elijah Moore. We probably should be bumping him up to the top of the list right now, but also Slayton with the injury. I think you can mix in both of those and it not be wrong. And then Chase Claypool. Shout out to hit him with the gritty. What's the dude's Chase Claypool? He's getting some positive OTA buzz. It's happening. It's happening. I'm sorry. Been the most consistent wide receiver at OTAs. And now we're going back to the old stats. 6'4", 4.42 speed. I'm not gonna lie. I clicked him in the last puppy superflex draft today. I feel so much better now that I told you. I feel so much better. The contest filled. Limited amount of teams are going to have him, except for all Gritty's teams. I don't know how many he was doing in the Superflex. But I don't mind it in contests that are gonna fill quick. So we end up doing that there. I am curious on what my first marathon draft looks like. It's a Jaden Daniels with Trevor Lawrence. Fun. Pacheco, Montgomery, Lloyd, Miller, Ray Davis, Rashawn, and Donta Foreman. Ooh, 2772. With Hill, Mike Evans, Devonta Smith, Pickens, Palmer, Wandell, and Parker Washington. High T. With Ingram and Njoku. This team's pretty good. All right, that team's pretty good. All right, let's check out. We have to go over the teams. Man of the people. Eric joining us in the 4 spot. Tua, Levis, and Bo Nix. That's a very good balance of QBs. Achan, Warren, Singletary, Spears, and Lloyd. I like the capital spent here at RB. Hill, Nico Collins, Kirk, Hopkins, BTJ, Polk, Mims, and Slayton. I'm into that. And then Andrews and Okonkwo. So he's got that Tennessee triple with Spears, Hopkins, and Okonkwo. With Levis, he's got the Miami double. Curious if John was on the board at 189. And he brings in the Miami double. And then he has the Denver single stack here with Mims. But I like it. The capital is correct here. It's not too much. Frank with A-Rich and Love. I like this combo. Walker, Connor, Ford, Ty Chandler, Tank Bigsby, and Alexander Madison. Amon-Ra, Waddle, DK, George Pickens, Christian Watson, AD, Troy Franklin. So really leaning into the rookies having a role early. Musgrave, Henry, and Jonnu. Oh, Frank, right before, huh? Right. 2 picks before. I wonder if Eric was going Jonnu here. But he has a Green Bay double stack to go with Love, and he has the Indy, I think, single. Yeah, single stack, which is fine. I think it's fine. Pittman probably isn't the best receiver in his range for value, in my opinion. So I would like to take the shot on AD. If you can get both AD and Josh Downs, I think that's where you can really make up a lot of ground. But really nice draft from everyone. Correlated. Our team will go over real quick. Daniels, Purdy, ETN, Stevenson, Elliott, Ray Davis, Herbert, and Sean. Justin Jefferson, Debo, DJ Moore, McLaurin, Palmer, Dotson, Walker, and Hyatt with Kittle and Schultz. Very fun. Very fun. Well, guys, appreciate everyone coming out tonight. If you enjoyed today's stream, go down, slap the like on the live stream. We're going to be back tomorrow night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern with Davis Peng for a 101 Dalmatian, little higher stakes. So that'll be fun to do with Davis. It's been a little while since we jumped on stream together. But if you guys enjoyed the content as well, hit the subscribe button. We're doing a 24-hour live stream with 2K subs. And hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss when we go live. That's it. Pounders, hope you have a good night. Pounders, we got to end with Pounder.